with top attorney George Kokalanias. Got done a good training session. George is heading back home with me and my young boy Bobby. Hey Bob, how you doing, pal? What's going on, George? What's happening with Tyson Fury?
Well, what's going on with Tyson is a major travesty. He's getting railroaded. You know, you've been in the business a long time, and you know how corrupt the system is. He's being completely railroaded by crooked people. I mean, that's just the only way to describe it. I don't know what to say. He's not on drugs. I know that for a fact. And he's not taking anything. He's not doping or anything like that. The system is corrupt. And that's it. That's what you need to know. And, what else do you want me to say, pal?
Corrupt.
We've been doing this for how many years?
The sanction bodies are corrupt.
Oh, absolutely.
They would sanction a ham sandwich if they got paid enough money underneath the table.
Well, that's the only way it works.
And I believe
you made an interview earlier this year in February.
I stated that about boxing. It's a terrible corrupt business. But on that, I believe Klitschko.
No, Klitschko. Listen, he is definitely involved in this because he's got everyone in his pocket. And I'm not saying he's a bad man. I don't know. But I can tell you this for a fact. His wealth carries a lot of influence. And that's what you need to know. And that's exactly what's happening to Tyson.
Yeah.
Listen, Tyson has a little bit of a big mouth sometimes. Let's be honest.
He tells the way he's a gypsy warrior.
Well, that being said, I don't know. But I can tell you this. He is a nice man. He's a gentleman. And he has a lot of points that he's right about. And this stress is almost going to kill him.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Cess. Welcome to the Gods and Boxing Talk. Now, as you can see, my man Cess, he's over the phone, but I got my man Bo as a special guest from Truth and Facts About Boxing. Bo, let them know who you are and where you be, fam.
Hey, Bo, Truth and Facts About Boxing with my boy Bernard. Also rode with my man 2K Twan, Bernard and Jasper for the movement, and on vacation in Dominican Republic. But hey, I love this sport, and these my boys right here, so anytime they need me, I'm here to help.
Word up, word up. And as you heard, he said he on vacation in the DR, the Dominican Republic. So he might come in kind of choppy or whatnot. If he does, it is what it is. It's the internet quality. So we're gonna try to get his opinion on this matter as much as we can. And speaking on the matter, it's gonna be an isolated segment of the Gods Speak about Mr. Tyson Fury, the man who in the course of 10 months has risen to lineal champion of the heavyweight division, all the way down to retired, unretired, testing positive for steroids, testing positive on some Tony Montana shit for cocaine. I mean, the controversy swirling around this man is out of control and it's ridiculous. But I got a different perspective on the matter that I won't talk about right now. But I have brought it up in a recent What's Hot segment that we did on Tyson Fury not too long ago in the comment section. And I want to put it on wax because the controversy has only gotten worse since that What's Hot segment we did a while ago. To start off, man, I want to start from the beginning. As of last year, September of 2015, the UK Anti-Doping Association, or whatever they are, agency, correct me if I'm wrong, but they found, or they tested an A sample of Tyson Fury, but they didn't say any results. I guess because they didn't want to jeopardize the fight that was going to happen within 3 months in December of 2015. Okay, they fought. Tyson Fury becomes champion. All of a sudden in June, we hear that Tyson Fury tests positive of a illegal steroid called nandrolone, and he tests positive at 0.07 micrograms. All right. The limit as of April of 2016, within the time frame of April 2016 to October of this year, a fighter can only test less than 1 microgram of nandrolone in their system without adhering to any repercussions. If they test again for any trace amount of nandrolone in their system after October of this year, or anything else for that matter, they will suffer repercussions. They will be stripped if they're the champion of their titles. They will be suspended, etc., etc. Since this is within that time frame, back in June when he tested positive for this, they did not strip him. They did not suspend him. They just gave him his chance that he's able to have within that time frame. Okay. Now, it is October. A few days ago, he tests positive from a sample taken in September of this year, from what I read. Another A sample, quote, right? For cocaine. Now they're talking about stripping him. They're talking about suspending him. They're talking about throwing the book at him. And I want to read a couple of tweets that Tyson Fury has come out recently. First one, quote, "Boxing is the saddest thing I ever took part in. All a pile of shit. I'm the greatest. And I'm also retired, so go suck a dick. Happy days." Right? Then he has another tweet of him. His head is on top of Tony Montana's head on the infamous Scarface movie, when Tony Montana had all that cocaine on his desk, and he just throws his head in the cocaine and comes back up. He puts his head on that on Al Pacino's head. All right. Next tweet is, "Ha ha ha. You think you will get rid of the Gypsy King that easy? I'm here. Pound the greatest. Just shows you what the media are like." He spelled media MEDEA. Don't know what the fuck he was doing there. All right. All right. Then he tweets, "Soon as I get better, I'll be defending what's mine, the heavyweight crown." Then right after that, he says, "Good news is I'm getting the right help, and I'll be back even stronger than before. Try and stop me. God is great. Bless to Jesus." Now, he retired earlier today for 3 hours. Bo, what do you think about the controversy, all of the controversy, while we're talking about it, surrounding Tyson Fury in these last 10 months? And what do you think about his behavior, fam?
First of all, it's for Tyson Fury to act like this. If you got to remember, he had said some things, the right things about women. He said some derogatory things about animals. You know, he said he gave indication he's homosexual. So this isn't unusual Fury. My only thing that I'm wondering is, because of the drug allegation, all that stuff that was on, I'm curious if he knew he was going to fail this drug test. So that's the reason why they decided to go into the whole mental issue thing. Because if you got a mental issue, they get you some help before the drug testing comes out. Then they say, okay, well, he's getting help. So the punishment will be a little bit less lenient because of it. And, I mean, listen, Tyson Fury is just one of those dudes that you don't know what angle he's coming at or coming from. He mind games with Klitschko, and I fight him.
Yeah.
And be getting all up in his head, you know. But I think it's sort of disturbing, because if this way of trying to promote himself, he is going a little bit kind of far. Like, some might be him promoting himself, and some of it, I hate to say this, I think it's something really wrong with the guy. I'm just being honest. You know, I really think it's something really wrong with the guy. But it also goes to show how certain things are acceptable depending on who you are, where you're from, because no other American fighter could have took a picture of Tony Montana with all that cocaine right there.
Right.
After failing a drug and got this kind of leniency. You know, like no American fighter couldn't have been accused of something, then taking a picture of them actually doing something like that, and coming back saying it's joking. But me personally, I think it's Tyson Fury playing mind games, but I do think he is going to get stripped, because you can't help the fact he failed that drug test. But it's curious how this plays out. It is, it's at least keeps the heavyweight division. Tyson's out, and nobody knows what's going on with Ortiz. Right. So at least it's keeping the talks of the division alive. So, you know, it's just going to be one of them things. Man, we got to see how this plays out with this guy.
Sess, what do you think, fam?
Hey, what's going on? First off, let me start by saying appreciate you both for being on the show. All right. Always good to have you on. Word. But, man, I definitely agree with a lot of what Bo was saying. Everything that's been going on with Tyson Fury makes me say, welcome to the unpredictable world of Tyson Fury. Right now, he's doing, I think, exactly what he wants to do. He has everybody talking about him. Okay, whether it's negative or positive, I never really thought Tyson Fury gave a fuck. You know, he doesn't. That's the reason why he says a lot of what he says. You know, whether it be about animals or homosexuals or you know, whatever. You know, he doesn't care what people say about him. But I do find it somewhat disturbing because there could be something wrong with him, and I don't want to oversimplify it by say that he's just using it for publicity and, you know, all of these other things. But then again, I do believe Tyson Fury is one of those guys that will take any situation and turn it in his favor.
Yeah.
You know, the allegations about cocaine came up, and he's not one of these guys that's gonna go hide under a rock, or, you know, is coming out of a hotel with the paparazzi all in his face and his head down with something. He's not gonna do that. What does he do? He takes it, puts his face on, like you alluded to earlier, puts his face on Tony Montana, and, you know, he's joking about it.
Right.
You know? So, and if you guys go back to one of his press conferences when he was getting ready to fight Vladimir Klitschko, and he dresses up as Batman, and I mean, this guy pretty much did a full-on scene.
Yeah.
You know, dressed as Batman.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, just welcome to the unpredictable, crazy world of Tyson Fury. It's really hard to kind of pinpoint what's true, what's bullshit, you know, what he has his hand in. The only thing that I want to happen is for him to get better, if that's what he needs,
right.
And come back to the sport. You know, him retiring for, 2 or 3 hours, and then coming back. Like I said, a lot of it is honestly entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, when I go back to the last video we did, I actually said I never thought that it was Tyson Fury. I never thought a lot of the things that he did was just him being a showman or anything like that. I legitimately think it's just who he is.
Right.
You know, when he's doing these things and when these things are, when certain things about him come out, that's just who he is. You know, if he sniffs coke, that's what he does. You know, but I definitely agree with Bo when he says if any American fighter would have done this, you know, we'd be over here going freaking crazy.
Right.
You know, so like I said, it all of it is so crazy. It's so hard to follow. I don't know if it's somebody out making Tyson Fury look a certain way. You know, I really don't know. There's so many angles that I'm hearing about in terms of, you know, who has the power and, you know, who's playing the hand in these things. All of it is crazy, yeah. You know, but at the end of the day, we're talking about Tyson Fury. So mission accomplished, I guess, somewhat mission accomplished.
Well, you know, I played a video of attorney George Cocolinios beginning of this video, man.
Yeah.
Basically, this attorney, as you heard, he's basically saying that this is all a conspiracy.
Yeah.
There is people out to get Tyson Fury. He's calling what is happening a travesty. And I quote, when asked about Klitschko, he said, Klitschko is definitely involved in this because he has everyone in his pocket. His wealth carries a lot of influence. Now, I've heard before, and you remember this, guys. Remember one thing Tyson Fury said, okay, before he fought Klitschko and after, actually. He talked about not wanting to eat or drink anything before the Klitschko fight. That he was afraid that somebody might lace his drink or lace his food with drugs. Now, I'm not saying that actually happened, but what I'm saying is the possibility of him even thinking that before any of this shit ever happened, right? None of this stuff happened yet. The possibility of him coming out publicly about something like this could be because he believes that there is some shit, some type of influence that Vladimir Klitschko has over these governing bodies, over these organizations, right? The interviewer of the actual attorney, he said that he's done interviews and written articles about how corrupt boxing is, starting with the sanctioning bodies. He said, and I quote, the sanctioning bodies are corrupt to the point where they'll sanction a ham sandwich for any given amount of money given to them under the table. Now, I know Bo's gonna hate this, but the perfect example of sanctioning a ham sandwich would be the goddamn fight between Lucas Brown and Frezzo Kendo. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna hate that. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We all know goddamn well that Luis Ortiz is double the mandatory for that WBA title. He is the interim WBA champion, and he's the #1 contender. So why the fuck is Frezzo Kendo getting the opportunity, or why was he getting the opportunity, right?
Yep.
Anyway, but that's just an example of the corrupt sanctioning bodies, all right? My perspective on this, and I said this a while ago, it's kind of suspicious to me how all this just so fucking happens out of nowhere, okay? Tyson Fury has always been a controversial guy. Hell, this is a motherfucker that punched himself in the face during a fight. You know what I'm saying? This is a motherfucker that got into a heated argument ringside for like 20 minutes with Steve Cunningham while sitting next to him after knocking him out. You know what I'm saying? They weren't about to fight or nothing. It was just a heated ass argument. You know, that was just like, I won. No, I won. No, I won. No, you cheated. No, I didn't cheat. I won. He's always been controversial. Like my man said, he showed up in a Batman outfit. You know what I'm saying? to the first press conference. All right? After breaking his ankle or fucking up his ankle or spraining it or whatever you want to call it, he's seen at bars jumping around and dancing. A few people came on and said, hey, shut the fuck up. He did that before. Well, there's footage of him doing it afterwards as well. All right? So he's always been a controversial guy. Okay? But he's always been firm that he wanted to be the heavyweight champion of the world. And he's always worked hard at wanting to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Hell, he had a game plan against a guy who was coming close to tying Joe Louis's record for the most heavyweight title defenses in heavyweight history. Okay? He's only #2 behind that guy. He came in with a game plan to beat this man, and he followed it to a T. Okay? That gives you the opportunity to understand his IQ, okay, his discipline, and his determination to actually want to win, to be successful, okay? So with all of that said, why is it that just 10 months after getting what he wants, okay, a month before getting the biggest payday of his career in a rematch with Vladimir Klitschko, why is all this shit just spiraling out of control? Now, my biggest complaint is this. If you guys took a blood sample, the UK Doping Association, wherever the fuck they are, if you took a fucking sample last September, right, and you're saying, yeah, we found some shit back then.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck didn't you say anything then? Why did you allow the fight to happen? Or at least you can allow the fight to happen, but why didn't you bring it up? It's only until after Fury wins, it's a fucking problem, okay? Let's say if Klitschko won, would you have brought it up, or would you have been quiet about it? You know what I'm saying? All right, another thing. They said by October, if you test for anything else, right, you will be stripped, suspended, etc., etc. Turns out what? Wasn't it like October 1st?
Yep.
The motherfucker test positive for cocaine.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? So as soon as the deadline is about to hit, he tests for cocaine all of a sudden. Oh, and it's another A sample, by the way, that they took in September of this year, not last year, this year. Come on, bro. I don't know. Look, y'all can call me whatever the fuck y'all want, conspiracy theorists, whatever. All I'm saying is, don't believe 100% what you fucking read and what you hear other motherfuckers regurgitate. Think for yourself and do your own research.
Absolutely.
When you do that, it becomes a little bit fishy. Something don't smell right, okay? And this probably leads, this is what Peter Fury said, this is leading to Tyson Fury's depression and his ability to want to fight, but he can't fight because he's mentally fucked up because of a lot of the shit that's coming out against him. Same thing that attorney George Cocalenios, I fucked his name up, Cocalenios said. This is really fucking up his mental game. All right?
Yeah.
So it's making it look like he is this crazy motherfucker, but he's really not. And we've seen the same thing happen to a lot of celebrities, man. They make them look crazy, but they're really not.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just my different perspective. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm also not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying any guys on this panel are right, and I'm not saying they're wrong. All I'm saying is it's just a little suspicious that he goes to a complete downward spiral. I even forgot about the whole IBF situation right after he beats Klitschko. Dog. Everybody knows there is a rematch clause in the contract. So why is the IBF trying to get him to fight Vyacheslav Glasgow immediately after winning the title?
Yeah.
They said immediately, oh, hey, bro, you got to defend that against Glasgow. Well, Fury's like, hey, I got a rematch clause with Klitschko. IBF's like, nope, stripped. Now it's going to be between Charles Martin and Glasgow. How is that not bullshit? How is that not bullshit? On in anybody's book, this has got to be bullshit, and it's a situation that warrants a question. We should have questioned the IBF and said, why are you stripping him when he has a rematch clause with Klitschko? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, fam. Just a whole lot of red flags. It don't smell right to me, man. What do y'all think about that perspective? Bo, I'm going to go to you first.
You know what? I actually agree with Burn. And Burn, he became champion. They wanted him to change his friends.
Yeah.
They wanted to change his personality.
Yeah.
And he said no. And he saw a change in how they spoke to him, how he was champion, even going into the Wild fight. He was the same way like with Fury. He said he felt like they was going to do something because he could sense they didn't want him having that title.
Who is this again?
Burn.
Oh, Bermain Stavern, okay.
Right, my bad. Yeah, Bermain Stavern. He said that when he became champion, they wanted him to change.
Yeah.
Also, you have a good point because it goes back to the Floyd with the IV situation. With that situation when Floyd came out, if Floyd would have lost, we'd have heard about that if he'd have got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
So, and then like you say, Floyd didn't conform or change, but the difference was Floyd was mentally, I'm not gonna say mentally tougher than Fury. Floyd was just, because of his family background, he's used to that type of hostility and environment.
Right.
Yeah.
So, now you have a very good point because most of the things we talk about that Fury did was for show. It was for play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like dressing up like Batman.
Yeah.
With him and Klitschko was sitting there, and he said, "Sometimes I wake up, I feel like I could kill myself."
Yeah.
And I'm saying, these are things that this is okay. You kill himself, they ain't gonna tell nobody. So those were things they did. It's being entertaining, but this stuff, you have to look at it like. Remember he complained something about the ring.
Yeah.
Something he said, hey, they got extra mat, and they gave him a big hassle about that until they finally did it. So I kind of can see where he's coming from, and if it's true, you still can't make no excuse. Okay, why did you smoke cocaine?
Yeah.
Okay, but I kind of can see why he feels the way he feels because there is pressure on you to be someone you don't want to be when you become a champion. That they want you to be someone like even Shane Mosley. Now we're seeing the real Shane Mosley, but even he had to kind of conform to a particular type of person they wanted him to be. So I can definitely see it. I see. I'm not gonna say you're wrong, man, because in history of boxing, Muhammad Ali, Larry, there's so many guys that wouldn't change and got came under a lot of stuff because of it.
Yep.
So it is very, very possible that, because he wouldn't conform or whatever the case may be, that this is what's happening to him, because there's nothing I see that could have happened that made this guy take this. I mean, you don't go from being on top champion to now being at the bottom and may not be being the champion no more. But I'm just glad. Listen, I hope he takes this in stride and comes back, because he's good. He's good for boxing.
He's a good fighter, and he's a good fighter.
He's a good fighter. And you know what? You said something that made me think. Tyson Fury, regardless of how you feel about him, was a damn good worker. The boy worked hard and came in shape. So it makes you even question the cocaine thing. Like, okay, wait.
Exactly.
What's going on here, man?
And that's why he did the whole Tony Montana picture I had up. You know what I'm saying? He's like, why the fuck would I do that? Peter Fury's like, nobody tested positive for cocaine, and and Tyson's like, I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I believe him. I'm just saying a lot of the issues that, if you look at the timeline of his downward spiral, there's a lot of things that are questionable. I mean, this is just another one that's questionable. Sass, what do you think about this perspective, fam?
Hey,
go ahead, Bo.
I just want to say one more thing. There was another interview with Peter Fury where I was in with Baylor TV, and he said something very interesting. He said that during the UK Doping Commission, they were told to just come in for an examination, and his leg told them, "Oh, you failed."
Okay. All right, Sess, what did you think,
man? You know what? I really like your perspective, on this entire ordeal, because a lot of what you said is plausible. I mean, it's something that could definitely be going on behind the scenes as it pertains to Tyson Fury. So I definitely like it. There are a lot of strange things going on, and I know I'm gonna fuck his name up. You might have to help me out with it. Yeah.
George Kokalinios.
There we go, George Kokalinios. Okay. There was a quote from him that I read as well, and it kind of made me think. How much influence does Vladimir Klitschko has in his money, and just the sanctioning bodies as a whole? We know as true boxing fans, there's a lot of dirty shit that goes on behind the scenes in boxing. Oh, yeah. Boxing is one of the only sports that's not really looked over by any federal government or anything like that.
Yeah, so, there's no governing commission over the entire sport.
Exactly. Yeah. So there is a lot of shit that goes on. There's a lot of drugs that's involved with boxing. Just a lot of things. So, like I said, I like that perspective. A lot of what you provided should make everybody think and go and do their research, because something could be going on, and there could be a lot of people just out to make Tyson Fury look worse than he already does, and with him it wouldn't be too hard, because Fury is a guy that kind of puts himself out there that way. Right. So he already plants that thought in your head, and you start thinking, damn, is this guy crazy? Yeah. So it's almost, it kind of reminds me of Dave Chappelle and what he went through. You know what I mean? So people don't think it can't happen. That's all I'm saying, is don't think that it can't happen. Boxing is no different than any other sport, than any other form of entertainment. These things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And in boxing, we've seen this happen. Floyd Mayweather was one that always said that they don't want to see him succeed. Johnny Tapia was another one. He said that they didn't want to see him succeed. Hector Camacho was another one. I mean, this ain't the first time that we've had a lot of, let's say, questionable things go against a fighter in the sport of boxing. And this could definitely be another situation. All right, man, I want to thank my man Bo for coming on all the way from the DR. You know, his voice is a little choppy. So, shit, put 2 and 2 together, and y'all motherfuckers understand what he just said. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, we're going to go ahead and conclude this segment right here. YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. It'll be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.